No Sleight of Hand Magic. Welcome to No Sleight of Hand Magic. I am Ron Stone, and today I'm going to be showing you the Magnetic Kings. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's start the show. So I want to show you this really interesting quirk about a deck of cards, specifically involving the Kings. If we take a look here, we'll see this deck is totally shuffled up. I'm going to go through and I'm going to grab a couple of the Kings. Looks like we have one right there. And we got another one right there. Perfect. Here's what's interesting about these Kings. They're known to be magnetic. They like to stick with other Kings. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you would, give me a number anywhere between 1 and 20. 13? Perfect. Okay, I'm going to deal out 13 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
13. We're going to take this King. We're going to set him on top, get him lost into the deck. Now, if you would, please give me another number anywhere between 1 and 20. 8. Perfect. We're going to deal out 8 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8. We'll take this King, get him lost into the deck. Now remember what I said. The Kings are magnetic. They like to stick together. This is pretty cool. Check this out. If we go through the deck, we're going to see that the Kings have made a couple of selections. We have one right there, and it looks like we have another one right here. And wouldn't you know it, these magnetic Kings, they went all the way through the deck, and they were able to find the other two Kings. That is the trick. I hope you really enjoyed this one. It's really fun to perform. This requires no sleight of hand whatsoever and only a simple setup. If you would like to see how it's done, wait right here for the how-to walkthrough. Okay, so here we are, the Magnetic Kings. Such an awesome name for a trick. In theory, you could call this one the Magnetic Aces or the Magnetic Sevens. I just like to use the Kings. I think that the story works really well. Now, as far as a setup for this trick, it really can't get much easier than this. This is all you have to do. Take the 4 Kings out of the deck, set them up just like this. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take the 2 red Kings, pair them together, take one of the black Kings, and then have the other black King sitting over here by himself. That's really it. All we're going to do now is flip the deck over. We'll go somewhere towards the bottom of the deck, and we're going to place this first King just like this. Scroll through a little bit farther near the middle of the deck, and we're going to place this pack of 3 Kings just like that. That's it. That's all you have to do to get set up for this trick. So as you can see again here, towards the bottom we have a single King, and then up a little bit further we have the pack of 3 Kings, the red, red, black. That's it. You're set up. You're ready to do the trick. So to start things off, I kind of like to set the stage a little bit and let the spectator know that there's this strange quirk that I want to show them, or I'll hint that there's a magnet in the deck or something like that, just so they have an idea of what they can expect. And then you're going to flip the deck over and you're going to scroll through kind of quickly just to show that everything is totally mixed up. Now, you don't want to go too slow when you're doing this because you don't want to expose that pack of 3 Kings. That's a little suspicious, but if you just go through like this, no one is ever going to notice the setup. So now, at this point, you're going to tell the spectator, okay, I have to remove a couple of the Kings. So starting at the bottom, you're going to get to your first King and take him out just like this. And now this next move, you're going to want to do this relatively quickly. So you're going to come to this pack of 3 Kings right here. The move is to remove the middle King, set that King down on the table, and then put these 2 halves together like this. What you're doing then is setting 1 King on the bottom of the deck and 1 King on top of the deck. But again, you need to do this pretty quickly so you don't flash these 3 Kings. So again, we're taking this middle red King, setting him down, and then keeping 1 King on top of the deck and 1 King on the bottom of the deck. And it's all one clean motion. So as you're scrolling through, it's going to look something like this. Get to the 3 Kings, pop him down, flip the cards over. No one is ever going to notice what you just did, and you now have a King on the bottom and a King on the top. You're ready to move on with the trick. So at this point, you're going to ask the spectator for a number somewhere between 1 and 20. You want to cap it at 20 because you don't want to go more than halfway through the deck. That could really get you screwed up. So in the performance, I used 13, but again, this is a free choice anywhere between 1 and 20. So they're going to give you a number, we'll say 13, and you're going to go to deal down 13 cards off the top of the deck. Remember, you have a king on the top here, so what you're really doing is setting up the second half of the trick with this move. So you're going to deal down 13 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
13. And you're going to take this king and say we're going to get him lost into the deck. You'll place him on top of this stack, but now remember, you have a king right here on the bottom. So you're actually pairing these two up with this move. That's why it's important to do the red king first, because then you're stacking the red king on top of the red king. You don't have to do that, but I just think that it makes the trick look a little bit more impressive. So again, we dealt out 13 cards, and then we take this king, say we're getting him lost into the deck, when really we're just stacking this one right on top there. So then we repeat this motion all over again. We ask for another number between 1 and 20. In the performance, I used 8, so we'll deal out 8 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8. And then again, we're going to take this king, put him on top, and because we have the second king already on the bottom, all we're doing is stacking the two of them together. So at this point, everything is set up, and you're ready to take on the big reveal. So all you're going to do now is emphasize the point again that the kings are magnetic, that they like to stick together, and then you're going to scroll through this deck here, and you're going to come to the first king. Now you're going to remove the face-up king as well as the card that's directly on top of it. That is the other red king. So you're going to remove these two cards, set them down like that, scroll a little bit further, and again, the face-up king and the king that's on top, take those two out, and then give a little speech, say, look at this, the magnetic kings, they went all the way through the deck, and they found the other two kings. That is it. You've done it. You've blown some minds. Really have fun with this one. It's a pretty simple trick, so you do need a good story to go along with it, but the end result really is pretty impressive. So now, as always, if you would like to get a refresher course on this trick, coming right up is going to be the 60-second tutorial. 60-second tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and have half a second, please subscribe to the channel, punch the like button, and comment who you want to impress with this trick. And remember, it's kind of fun to do the impossible.